We've just had devastating news for South Australia.
We've decided to study an alternative, less capital-intensive design of the Olympic Dam open pit expansion.
This is a catastrophic announcement for South Australia.
This is a major disappointment.
The profitability of BHP is massively affected by the mining tax. The investment climate for BHP is massively affected by the mining tax.
High exchange rate, high capital cost inflation.
You were pretty loose with the truth today, weren't you?
Not at all, Lee. For months, BHP have been warning that the carbon tax and the mining tax are making Australia a less competitive place to invest.
Have you actually read BHP's statements?
No.
Joe, can you just clarify, had you read BHP's
Yes, I had.
When did you read it?
About 3:45 yesterday afternoon.
Why did you say on ABC last night that you hadn't?
I was responding to something that Lee had said about Marius Kloppers.
He read it, then he forgot he read it, and then he said he had read it, then he said he hadn't read it.
I grew up in South Australia, and that is why I am personally offended by the fact the Leader of the Opposition can't be bothered spending 1 minute reading 600 or 700 words about the future of South Australia.
I bleed for the people of South Australia.
He doesn't read it, he just makes it up.
Why is it that the Leader of the Opposition can spend some time reading controversial books, but he can't be bothered reading one page about the future of Olympic Dam?
I'll tell you what he's been reading reading soft porn books. He's got enough time to read soft porn books. He's got enough time to read soft porn books.
Well, if I had a choice between reading 50 Shades of Grey and another industry policy statement, I guess I'd go for 50 Shades of Grey.
When I tabled the BHP Billiton statement from yesterday to help the Leader of the Opposition.
Hello, Tony.
G'day, how are you, Joanne? You've got to understand the resources boom is over.
No, I think the mining boom's still got a long way to run.
Penny Wong and I are saying the same thing.
I guess my first question is, what?
Girl, just waking up in the morning and to be well.
These are defamatory allegations and they are wrong. I'm answering your questions now. If you've got questions, put them.
Half the population just wait to see me fail. Yeah, right, you better off trying to freeze hell.
None of this is new. I am standing in front of you now as a 50-year-old woman. Have I learned a few things across my lifetime? Yes, I have. For many, many months now, I've been the subject of a very sexist smear campaign. It's very, very hard to explain why 3 times these defamatory allegations would come around when on every occasion News Limited has ended up apologising for them and retracting them. Working at Slater and Gordon in the industrial section, as I did for a number of years, it was par for the course to routinely provide free advice to union officials and trade unions. I paid for the renovations on my home in St Phillip Street in Abbotsford. Like millions of other Australians, I had the unhappy experience that I had a few blues with contractors along the way.
It's gonna take a couple right hooks, a few left jabs.
If you got to relive your life again, there would be a number of things that I would do differently. Life doesn't afford you that opportunity. How old are you? How old are you?
32.
Right. Let me assure you, you'll know a lot more by the time you're 50 than you do now. I've been on my feet now for what can't quite recall, 50 minutes, something like that, taking every question that the journalist elite of this country have got for me. If that doesn't end the matter, then with respect, I don't know what would. Will the misogynists and the nut jobs on the internet continue to circulate them? Yes, they will.
I saw some of it. I didn't see all of it. I haven't had a chance to read the transcript.
Till the crowd goes on, what we gonna do, kid?